Hello, this is Lord Viren, and I just finished Dust: An Elysian Tale. Dust: An Elysian Tale is a 2012 action RPG beat-em-up developed by independent developer Dean Dodrill and released for Xbox Live Arcade, then later on PC and the PlayStation 4. The game's visuals in particular were praised. So I picked this up when it was available as part of Microsoft's Games with Gold program, and I have to say I was pleasantly surprised. The combat system is fast and fluid, and I remember thinking to myself, seriously? The same button input for an Azuna drop in Ninja Gaiden does a similar move in this game? There are preset button sequences that will do particular combos, of which there actually aren't that many, but at any time in a combo, you can use the Y button, which I guess would be the triangle on PS4, to use the Dust Storm, yes, they went there, which will seamlessly flow into your combo. That little touch was appreciated, as it meant that even if I messed up an intended sequence, I wasn't left open usually. It tended to flow straight into a Dust Storm from whatever move you're doing, which you can end just by releasing the button, and then pretty quickly flow into another combo. You can also level up and allocate points in a similar sort of fashion to Castle Crashers, with a limit on how you can allocate points likely to prevent over-specialization like an incredibly strong glass cannon. So the idea is that you can level up Fidget, so that would be like your magic, your attack power, fairly straightforward, your health, or your defense. But with the caveat being that your highest stat can't be any more than 4 points higher than your lowest stat. Unfortunately, I found that the tools given by the combat controls weren't totally fitting for the enemies you fight, with very few of them in the entire game actually doing anything in the way of defending or testing your abilities. The music is energetic, and the visuals are quite nice, even though the game itself suffers from occasional slowdown when too much is happening at once, like the entire last act. Another point of contention for me was the choice to make the characters anthropomorphic animals. I don't totally mind the use of those kinds of characters, after all I do like some Sonic the Hedgehog games, but the plot revolves around a brutal genocidal war, and his moments of death and sacrifice don't really fit, kind of like a certain other series I may or may not have mentioned when it tried to be serious. I guess it's a matter of personal preference and taste, but I prefer my early childhood Saturday morning cartoon characters to not be trying to fight against, I repeat, a genocidal war. Overall, I enjoyed some of the very self-aware humor and references to classic games, and even when I found the voice timbres occasionally grating, mostly with Fidget, I didn't see much wrong with the voice acting. There are also a few moments where some game mechanics aren't specifically explained, but the game has faith in you figuring it out, such as this moment where to find a hidden cage, you have to use the aerial version of the Dust Storm to fly up much higher than you can ever jump. It felt like there was a different design paradigm in the stereotypical modern game. With all that said, I'm not sure how much I would really want to play the game again, considering there isn't much incentive other than harder difficulties. When you beat the game, rather than autosaving, the next time you start the game you'll be at the last save point as if you'd never finished to begin with. There are certain challenge rooms asking you to complete an obstacle course with enemies in a certain time limit to attain a good score, but these sorts of things have never had a strong draw for me. And because of that, and the roughly 10-hour length, if you set out to do all the side quests, I don't think I can fully recommend it for the asking price of $15. I think it's worth playing as a distraction at some point, but it lacks the depth to hold my attention beyond an initial playthrough. So those were my thoughts on Dust: An Elysian Tale. As I've mentioned, I've only played through it once, so there are obviously probably going to be some things that just never occurred to me. But I sought out all the items and got 100% map completion and chests found. And as far as I can tell, I've also completed all the side quests. So there's just not much else for the game to the game for me other than playing on higher difficulties and redoing the challenge runs. So those are my thoughts. So yeah, peace.